Today I'll be going through how to do a basic genogram. These can be very confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's very straightforward and can be done very quickly. The thing to always remember is that people don't exist in isolation. So thinking of a patient, particularly children, as part of a family system is very important, especially when considering how they may fare outside of the hospital environment. And it's always important to try to gain information of at least 3 generations worth of data for a family. First things first, identify if your patient is male or female or other. Here we have a patient that is female, and the larger size and double line of their symbol indicates that they are the patient. The numbers within the symbols represent the age of the patient. Branching upward, we have the genetic parents. We also have their ages listed, and on downward stems we have the birth dates for quick reference. And then here we have a younger sibling, also branching off the parents' shared stem there. Then of course, in terms of ongoing relationships, we need to know if the parents are still together, separated, reconciled, or living together. As you can see, there are annotations on the shared line that show the chronology of the parents' relationship. Here we have a double line that represents the divorce between the genetic parents. Now we have an adjunct drawn on that represents a new family. The father now has a new partner, living together since 2010. And they also have a daughter that is 3 years old. As you can see, the symbols are very consistent in how they are arranged between families. Then of course, it's very useful to have the third generation to give a better indication of patterns of behaviour and things of note that have occurred in families generationally. Here we have a half-shaded cell on the paternal grandfather symbol. That can represent a physical or psychological illness. Here we have an annotation of BPAD, which represents a bipolar affective disorder, which can be particularly important if you want to see trends in families, particularly where there is a genetic component of any condition. And then how relationships are represented. The zigzag line shared between the paternal grandparents signifies a hostile relationship. Meanwhile, a relationship with an endpoint arrow represents that a person is particularly focused on another person. So here the mother is particularly focused on the younger brother. An X over a symbol denotes whether or not a person is deceased. It can also be useful if available to include the cause. Of course, it's always good to know where your patient resides. Larger circles encompassing the symbols represent households. Here they live with the mother and her parents, which can be important to consider when assessing the level of support they have at home. It's also very important to have some characteristics of your patient available for quick reference. Here, down the side of the genogram, we list their top 3 stressors and vulnerabilities. Stressors being acute type changes that may have precipitated the admission, while the vulnerabilities are more long-standing issues that may perpetuate admissions. So I hope that's been helpful. In terms of just representing the patient's family quickly and efficiently, this is probably all you need. So thanks for your time and all the best.